Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We got a lot to get into today, so we're just going to dive right into it. Let's start with the graphic on the screen. You can see breaking: Grand Valley State transfer Josh Shell has committed to Tennessee. Hayes Fawcett reports. Now, I saw a lot of conflicting responses to this. I saw a lot of guys that weren't necessarily excited about this, but let's go back. Let's take a look at it. Josh Shell, Grand Valley State defensive lineman, 6'5", 285 pounds, has 2 years of eligibility remaining, took a quick trip to Rocky Top and then moved pretty quickly from there, makes the decision official. Here's the quote that he gave on 3. He said, "I went down there on a visit. The big part for me was meeting the people on the coaching staff and just seeing what they're all about." He says, "I think there's opportunities to come make a difference right off the rip, and that's all I'm about." So the great people, great facilities, just great. You can't say a bad word about it. So I think that's what made the overall decision super easy. Honestly, just come down, compete, get coached by one of the best coaches in the country, play the biggest level in the country. Now, he's talking about an opportunity for this season. And again, we're going to talk about some of the guys that aren't happy. Some of you people in the chat, the comments on the message boards on Facebook aren't happy because they see Grand Valley State. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute, but he talks about opportunities. And this is something that I put out in the video earlier when I was talking about Josh Shell. According to the guys over at VolQuest, the coaching staff sees him as a guy that can be a contributor this year, a guy that can be in the rotation in 2025, but then a guy that can be a leader similar to a Jackson Moy in 2026. So he actually spent time with Jackson Moy on the trip, so I think that was interesting that VolQuest had kind of made that comparison, and then that's who Tennessee used to kind of host him, had breakfast together on his visit. Last year at Grand Valley State, had 35 tackles, 3 TFLs, 2 sacks, 5 passes defended, and a forced fumble. He loves him some Coach G. That's for sure. Here's another quote. Says he's obviously one of the best coaches in the country. He's been in the SEC about 36 years now, so you can't say anybody has any more experience. So super grateful to be coached by him. Now, let's go back to some of the comments that I've seen. A lot of people, a lot of hate, a lot of, Grand Valley State, here we go. This is the guy that we have to settle for. Am I supposed to get excited about this? I got one DM that said, am I supposed to be excited about this? Read some comments. I know a lot of you guys don't watch every video that I put out, and that's okay. That's fine. I don't expect anybody to watch every video that I put out, but just prior to his commitment to Tennessee, if you watch that video, he was at the top of the board for Tennessee at defensive tackle. They had a couple of other guys visit, a couple of the guys they targeted, Isaiah Johnson from Arizona, Marcus Burris Jr. from Indiana. And when you see those names, when you see a guy that's always going to transfer from Arizona, always going to transfer from Indiana, how does that translate to the SEC? But you see Grand Valley State, and then all of a sudden, you want to write this kid off. You want to write Josh Shell off. But Tennessee had him at the top of the board, and that's not me just saying that. That was prior to his commitment. That was prior to his visit. I think Coach G knows something about coaching defensive linemen, so take it for what it's worth. Where will he play? This is another quote. Says, "I think I can play D-end or D-tackle. I think I fit just fine with everybody here. I'm going to come in, compete, and they want me to have a 3 technique. So that's where I'm going to come in and show them that I'm capable as everybody in that room." So that's the commitment from Josh Shell there. I want to continue to move on. Another guy that I talked about just recently, and that's Brent Austin from South Florida, 5'11", 174-pound cornerback. You can see he's in the portal. Took a trip to Tennessee just earlier this week. Rob Lewis of VolQuest, after that visit, said that Brent Austin was really impressed by the Vols, gave high marks for both the coaching staff and the facilities. He does have one last visit scheduled to Cal this week. Then he looks to make a decision pretty quickly from there. So just wanted to bring Brent Austin back up. Keep your eyes on him. Again, the visit went well for Tennessee. I've also mentioned Colton Hood, the 5'11", 190-pound corner from Colorado. He is still scheduled to visit later this week, so we will keep our eyes on that as well. But what about the wide receiver position? Boogie, the title of the video is, "Did we find our wide receiver?" You know, we talked a lot about the misses, right? I mean, we could rattle off the list of misses from Nycar to Trayshawn Hurry to Keelan Marion to Ted Hurst, Jermichael Carter. The list goes on and on. Are we ever going to find a wide receiver? Well, this came out on Twitter yesterday. Transfer portal new. Tennessee has entered the mix for a top transfer wide receiver. Pete Nakos reports, have we finally found our guy? We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. But as always, I need you guys to do me that YouTube stuff real quick. Smash the thumbs up down there below the video. It's quick, free, and easy. It helps the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you guys are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Right now, we're going live every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We play EA Sports College Football, but we talk all things Tennessee football. We're debating going live tonight. You guys want to live stream tonight? Tonight at 7 o'clock? Maybe we'll do that. Keep your eyes open. We may go live later tonight. Also, if you like what we do and want to support the channel, think about hitting that join button down below. It's just $1 a month, keeps the lights on, custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, access to fan call-in shows, a power T beside your name in the chat and also in the comment section. But let's talk about this wide receiver position. And if you guys remember, I kind of brought this up earlier because Star Thomas had tweeted out and said, baller. Pete Nakos says Cal wide receiver Jonathan Brady is entering the transfer portal. Multiple sources tell On3 Sports. Former New Mexico State transfer has 98 career catches for 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. So I'd seen that Star Thomas went to Twitter and said that Jonathan Brady was a baller, but I didn't see any news. I didn't see any traction. I didn't see Tennessee getting mentioned there with Jonathan Brady, so didn't really talk much about that, but now that has changed. Jonathan Brady, 5'10", 180-pound senior from Cal, got 1 year of eligibility remaining, so he is going into his senior season in 2025. So I think that fits perfectly to this wide receiver room, right? We're kind of in a weird situation. We got a lot of young guys, but we don't have enough bodies. So if you could bring a guy like Jonathan Brady in, a guy that has 1 year of eligibility. Now, when we talk about guys like this in the portal, it does concern me because if we're going to talk about Dante Thornton and the step he took in year 2, we're going to talk about Chris Brazzell going into year 2, Mike Matthews year 2, Braylon Staley year 2. Seems like when you talk about the wide receivers at Tennessee, year 2 in the offense is when they take that step. So Jonathan Brady coming in with 1 year of eligibility, yes, it fits that room. It doesn't disrupt that room. It doesn't run off any of the young guys in that room. But can he grasp the offense throughout the course of the summer and into fall camp? He was a 3-star prospect coming out of high school, spent 2 seasons at New Mexico State where he totaled 61 receptions, 934 yards, and 7 touchdowns before transferring to Cal. And that's where the relationship with Star Thomas comes in. They played together at New Mexico State in the 2023 season. This past year at Cal, 2024, had 36 catches, 386 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Also returned kicks a little bit at New Mexico State, but didn't do that at Cal. Scheduled to arrive in Knoxville last night. That visit is going to carry over through tomorrow into Friday. So Miami and Virginia Tech also have been involved here. But according to Pete Nakos, when Miami took Tony Johnson from Cincinnati, that kind of opened the door here for Tennessee with Jonathan Brady. So what are your thoughts there? And when looking at what he did at Cal, played primarily in the slot. So I think he would probably be the backup to Braylon Staley, maybe come in and try to push for some starting time. I don't know, but I think this is a guy that Tennessee is going to be serious about. Is it a guy that they go drop a bag for? I don't know. He's got the production, right? You look, he's played 3 seasons, and he contributed all 3 of those seasons, 61 catches in 2 seasons at New Mexico State, and then 36 catches, 386 yards, and 3 touchdowns last year at Cal. So, again, a lot of layers to it when we look at trying to find the right fit for that wide receiver room. But Tennessee is targeting Jonathan Brady on campus now, could go pretty quickly. But what are your thoughts on that? And now we kind of look overall as a whole at what Josh Heupel has done in the spring cycle. And of course, you're not giving him an A+. You're not saying, oh, you got game-changing talent in the spring cycle. But again, we were kind of backed into a corner with the way things went down with Nico and getting Joey Aguilar to come in here and give his all for Tennessee. That's something I want to talk about tonight. If we do a live stream, I want to take a listen to some of the things that Josh Heupel said about Joey Aguilar coming in. Look at the defensive tackle from Grand Valley State. Check the box, fill the need, got a guy for 2 seasons. You look at defensive back, whether it's the kid from South Florida or the kid from Colorado, you needed a corner. Looks like you're probably going to add a corner. Could Jonathan Brady be that guy to check that box for the wide receiver room? And then overall, I get it. Maybe you're still upset. Maybe you're still concerned. But I think Josh Heupel kind of filled the needs there. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. You can check out the official Talkin VAWLS merchandise at bonfire.com/store YouTube.com/Talkin VAWLS. Also, shout out to the members of this channel. Again, think about hitting that join button down below. All the links are in the description, whether you want to buy merch or become a member of this channel. This channel does not exist without you. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.